Imagine a world where every dollar you earn has the power to transform lives, build a legacy of love and justice, and reflect the true will of God. In this video, I will reveal how money can be so much more than just a means to an end. It can be the key to your divine mission on earth. If you've ever felt frustrated by not being able to make the difference you desire or powerless in the face of the world's injustices, know that you are not alone. We all, at some point, wonder how we can use our resources for something greater. The pain of seeing unmet needs around us can be overwhelming. But what if I told you there is a way to channel your money towards a higher purpose? That you can be God's instrument to feed the hungry, educate the underprivileged, and heal the sick? Get ready for a transformative journey that will change your perception of money forever. We will explore how every financial decision can be a step towards building a better world. You will discover that true wealth is not about how much we accumulate, but about how much we share and positively impact the lives of others. Stay with us until the end of this video and allow yourself to be inspired to use your resources as a force for good, fulfilling the mission God has set for you. We find ourselves overly worried about financial issues, anxious about how we will pay the bills, support our families, or even invest for the future. However, believing that God is in charge means trusting that He also has a plan for our financial stability and prosperity. When we think about money, we often feel overwhelmed by the pressure to manage it wisely. Yet, by turning to our faith, we realize that God provides us with guidance through His Word and wisdom to make smart financial decisions. He knows each of our needs before we even ask, and His provision is complete and perfect. It's important to understand that entrusting our money and resources to God allows Him to show us the path to prudent financial management. This does not mean that we won't face challenges or shortages at specific times. It means, however, that we have a supreme guide helping us navigate these often turbulent waters. God encourages us to be good stewards of the money that passes through our hands. This might involve learning to save, investing wisely, and even giving generously, knowing that the money we offer can help fulfill divine plans on earth. He teaches us that by handling money responsibly, we are honoring Him and the principles that guide us. We reflect on how God is in control and takes care of every detail, including our money. We can find peace amid financial uncertainties. This confidence doesn't emerge overnight. It is built through constant prayer, studying God's Word, and practicing faith in daily life. Money, while necessary for modern life, should not be the master of our lives. God, the true controller of all, should hold that place. He shows us that even in the most challenging situations, when finances seem insufficient, His grace and provision are abundant. Therefore, every financial decision we make, every money worry we lay down in prayer, every moment of uncertainty we place before Him, is an opportunity to see His hand at work. Remembering that God is in control and takes care of every detail is an invitation to live a deeper life of faith, where money is seen as a resource to be managed under divine guidance and not as an end in itself. This perspective not only eases our daily concerns, but also positions us to receive the blessings He has in store for us. We contemplate our relationship with money. It is vital to keep our faith firmly anchored in the certainty that God is in control. With this belief, we can face any financial challenge with the assurance that we are not alone and that each step we take is under the watchful eye of our Creator. Money, in many ways, defines the material aspects of our lives. It is a medium through which we exchange goods, secure services, and plan for future needs. However, it is also a source of considerable anxiety and stress when not managed wisely. In the midst of our financial journeys, it is imperative to remember that God's oversight encompasses all aspects of life, including our financial transactions and strategies. Understanding that God is in control helps us to approach our finances with a mindset of stewardship rather than ownership. This shift in perspective allows us to handle money with wisdom and prudence. God desires for us to use money as a tool to fulfill His purposes, be it through supporting our families, helping those in need, or investing in our communities. By viewing money through this lens, we can avoid the traps of greed and materialism that often lead to financial despair. The Scriptures offer numerous insights into how we should handle money. From the parables of Jesus, which frequently touch on the use of monetary resources, to the wisdom literature that advises on prudence and discernment in financial matters, the Bible is replete with guidance on financial stewardship. These teachings can help us navigate the complexities of financial decisions with confidence and moral clarity. Trusting in God's control over our finances involves recognizing that every opportunity to earn, spend, save, or give money is a test of our trust in Him. It is also an opportunity to demonstrate our faith through our financial choices. When we face financial difficulties, instead of succumbing to despair, we are called to lean more deeply into our faith, trusting that God will provide for our needs according to His riches and glory. Faith also inspires us to be generous. The act of giving is not only a demonstration of our trust in God's provision, but also a practical way of putting our faith into action. When we give, we affirm that our security does not lie in our wealth, but in our relationship with God. This can be profoundly liberating, especially in a world that often equates personal worth with financial success. As we align our financial practices with our faith, we also create opportunities for witnessing to others. Our approach to money can serve as a powerful testament to our values and beliefs. In handling our finances with integrity and generosity, we reflect God's love and care to the world, inviting others to explore the peace and security that comes from trusting in divine providence. We contemplate our relationship with money. Maintaining a faith-centered perspective is essential. It empowers us to face financial challenges with courage and integrity. Remember, every financial decision is a reflection of our trust in God's sovereign control. By entrusting our financial lives to Him, we ensure that our money is not just a source of temporary security, but a tool for eternal impact. With this perspective, we can navigate any financial storm, knowing that we do so under the watchful guidance and loving care of our Creator. Handling money wisely requires a deep understanding that all we possess is not ours but God's, entrusted to us for a season. Money, therefore, should be managed not only with prudence, but also with a prayerful heart that seeks divine guidance in every transaction and investment. This perspective not only transforms our approach to personal finance, but also aligns our monetary decisions with our spiritual values. God's oversight in our financial affairs assures us that no challenge is too great. Whether we're navigating debt, wrestling with budgeting, or making significant investments, our financial journeys are opportunities to demonstrate our trust in God. By surrendering our money worries to Him, we acknowledge His capacity to provide and His authority over every aspect of our lives, including our finances. The way we handle money can serve as a powerful testimony to our faith. In a world where financial success is often idolized, choosing to manage money with integrity and generosity stands out as a beacon of God's love and grace. Each choice to spend, save, give, or invest is a chance to honor God with our resources. When we view money through the lens of our faith, even the simplest financial decisions become acts of worship and obedience. The Scriptures abound with wisdom on money management. Verses that encourage us to be generous and warnings against hoarding wealth serve as reminders that our security should never be in money itself, but in God, who richly provides. By integrating scriptural principles into our financial practices, we build not just wealth but also character, cultivating virtues like generosity, stewardship, and reliance on God. With money are inevitable, but when faced with such challenges, the strength of our faith is revealed. Do we panic and strive to control every penny out of fear, or do we remain steadfast in our trust in God's provision? The answer to these questions can define our financial peace and overall spiritual health. Each financial decision, whether big or small, invites us to reaffirm our trust in God's sovereign control. It encourages us to reflect on our priorities and to consider whether our spending aligns with God's purposes. Are we investing in our communities, supporting the needy, and funding God's work, or are we consumed by personal gain? These considerations are crucial as they shape not only our financial landscape, but also our spiritual journey. We make money-related decisions. Let us seek wisdom that transcends earthly understanding. Let us pray for discernment that guides us away from harmful financial temptations and towards choices that bring glory to God. It is in these moments of decision that our faith is both tested and strengthened. As we navigate our financial paths, let us remember that each interaction with money is an opportunity to demonstrate our faith in action. By managing our finances under God's sovereign control, we uphold the integrity that He calls us to and live out the courage that our faith instills in us. This way, every financial challenge becomes a testament to our unwavering trust in the providence and guidance of our Creator. It's vital to realize that the handling of money, more than a mere necessity, is a spiritual discipline. Each time we earn, save, spend, or donate money, we engage in a practice that tests and reveals our trust in God's guidance and timing. As such, conversations about money should not merely focus on the technical aspects of financial planning or investment strategies, but also on the deeper, underlying values that these money-related decisions represent. The stewardship of money, therefore, becomes a continuous loop of trust, action, and reflection. We trust God to provide, we use our money in ways that reflect this trust, and we reflect on our actions to ensure they align with God's will. This cycle helps to fortify our spiritual resolve and sharpens our understanding of being good stewards of what we've been given. How we deal with money can also inspire others. When people see us responding to financial pressures with grace and faith, rather than panic and fear, it opens doors for meaningful conversations about where our security lies. Our assurance in God's control over our money issues serves as a living testimony to His faithfulness and care. This not only strengthens our communal bonds, but also serves as a beacon of hope to those struggling with their own financial dilemmas. The Bible teaches that love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. This stark warning underlines the importance of keeping our attitudes towards money in check. Money should serve as a tool for doing good, reflecting God's generosity towards us. It should not become an idol that distracts us from our true purpose and allegiance. Each decision involving money should thus be weighed with great care, ensuring that it reflects a heart aligned with God's purposes rather than worldly greed. Our relationship with money should consistently reflect our belief that God is in ultimate control. This conviction does not absolve us from the responsibility of wise financial management, but rather enhances it, imbuing it with divine purpose and perspective. Each financial choice, then, is deeply spiritual, impacting not just our bank accounts but our hearts and souls. Let us always remember that our money matters are deeply intertwined with our faith journey. Every instance we handle money, whether in abundance or scarcity, should reinforce our dependence on and trust in God. It is in these moments that our faith is refined, and our commitment to living a life that honors God with our money is tested and strengthened. By embracing this approach, we ensure that our relationship with money is not governed by fear or greed, but by faith and a steadfast commitment to God's sovereignty. Money, as a powerful entity in human affairs, commands attention and respect. It can build empires or destroy them, offer security or create vulnerability. Therefore, how we manage money, how we earn it, spend it, save it, and give it away, offers clear insights into our values, priorities, and ultimately, our spiritual health. When we deal with money, each choice should be a reflection of our trust in God's provision and wisdom. The Scriptures are replete with advice on how to handle money responsibly and righteously. From the wisdom of Proverbs, which cautions us against greed and impulsive financial decisions, to Jesus' teachings about the dangers of letting money rule our lives, the Bible underscores money's potential to influence our spiritual journey. These teachings encourage us to view money not just as currency, but as a crucial element of our stewardship duties. Handling money with integrity involves more than adhering to budgetary guidelines or financial prudence. It requires a conscious effort to integrate faith into our financial practices. Every time we make a decision about money, whether it's deciding to invest in a socially responsible fund, choosing to support a charitable cause, or even when deciding how much to save for future needs, we are making a statement about our trust in God's control over our lives. Money should be seen as a tool for furthering God's kingdom. This perspective transforms our approach from one of mere accumulation to one of purposeful allocation. When money is spent, saved, or given away with God's purposes in mind, it gains eternal significance. It becomes an instrument through which we can demonstrate our love for God and for others. In times of abundance, it can be tempting to feel self-sufficient, to credit our financial success to our efforts alone. However, this is precisely when our faith requires us to remember that it is God who provides for our needs, and it is He who blesses us with the ability to generate wealth. Thus, money should not lead to pride, but to increased gratitude and humility, driving us to rely more deeply on God. In times of financial scarcity, money can become a source of great stress and anxiety. Yet, these are the moments that truly test and reveal the strength of our trust in God. Facing financial hardship with a steadfast belief that God is in control helps to alleviate fear and builds endurance, reinforcing our reliance on Him. Each transaction, each budget review, each financial planning session is an opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to live according to God's principles. It is a chance to ask for wisdom, to seek guidance, and to align our financial goals with our spiritual objectives. By doing so, we ensure that our handling of money is not only responsible but also righteous. Let us also consider how our relationship with money affects those around us. Our financial decisions have the power to impact our families, communities, and even strangers. When we handle money in a way that reflects our trust in God, we set a powerful example for others. We show that our security is not in our financial resources, but in our Heavenly Father, who provides all we need. As we handle money, let us do so with a consciousness of God's ever-present oversight. Every financial decision should be an act of faith, a demonstration of our trust in God's perfect sovereignty. By consistently aligning our financial conduct with our faith, we not only manage money effectively, but also grow spiritually, drawing ever closer to the heart of God. In this way, our relationship with money becomes a vibrant part of our spiritual life, full of lessons and opportunities for growth. Money is more than just currency. It's a tool that, when used wisely, can demonstrate our faith and stewardship. In managing our money, we must always remember that each financial choice we make not only affects our immediate circumstances, but also has broader implications for the welfare and well-being of those around us. By making decisions that reflect our trust in God's provision, we advocate a lifestyle of faith and prudence that can inspire others to reconsider their own financial habits. The way we allocate money, how we spend, save, invest, and donate, can serve as a living sermon about the values we hold dear. Our approach to money management can lead to a ripple effect throughout our community, promoting financial responsibility and spiritual depth. For instance, choosing to invest in community projects or support local businesses with our money can foster economic stability and growth, which benefits everyone in the vicinity. Using money in a manner that reflects our spiritual beliefs requires us to prioritize generosity. The act of giving money, whether to charities, churches, or individuals in need, is a tangible expression of God's love and compassion through us. Such generosity not only meets the immediate needs of others, but also plants seeds of hope and kindness in the community, which can grow and multiply beyond our original contribution. However, the influence of money on personal and communal levels also presents challenges. The desire for more money can easily become a dominating force in our lives if not kept in check. Therefore, it's vital that our financial goals align with our spiritual values. This alignment ensures that we handle money in a way that does not lead us away from our faith, but rather reinforces our dependence on God. Every budgeting session, every financial plan, and every spending decision should be bathed in prayer, seeking God's wisdom and guidance. Such practices help us avoid the pitfalls of greed and materialism, which are rampant in today's society. By focusing on God's principles, we maintain a clear vision of why we manage money the way we do. It's not just for personal gain, but for the glorification of God and the advancement of His kingdom. Educating ourselves and our communities about the wise management of money can further the impact of our financial decisions. Workshops, seminars, and financial literacy programs based on biblical principles can empower individuals to make informed, ethical, and faith-driven financial choices. By sharing knowledge and resources, we extend the reach of our stewardship and help others to understand the importance of aligning money management with spiritual growth. As we handle money, let us always strive to reflect our trust in God. Our financial decisions are powerful, not only affecting our personal lives, but also influencing our families, communities, and even strangers. Understanding that money is a tool that God gives us to manage wisely is essential. The Bible is filled with wisdom on how to manage finances responsibly and justly. This passage highlights the importance of putting God first in our finances and trusting that He will take care of our needs. It is crucial that we use our money not just for our personal benefit, but also to help those in need. Generosity is one of the most commendable qualities a Christian can display, reflecting God's love and compassion. Many concerns in life arise from financial issues that could be avoided with careful planning and prudent management. Creating a budget, living within our means, avoiding unnecessary debt, and saving for the future are wise practices that allow us to maintain peace of mind and focus on other important areas of life, such as our family, friends, and our spiritual journey. By applying these principles, we can also be witnesses of our faith. When others see that our financial practices are guided by Christian values and not merely by the desire for personal prosperity, we can be a positive example and have a positive influence on those around us. This can open doors for conversations about faith and be an opportunity to testify about how our trust in God guides all areas of our lives, including our finances. Teaching our children and grandchildren about the importance of trusting in God with their finances is one of the most valuable lessons we can pass on. And by doing so, we help to create a solid foundation on which they can build their own lives, rooted in the same principles of faith, wisdom, and generosity. Our relationship with money can profoundly affect our spiritual and personal growth. When managed wisely, money can be a tool to further God's kingdom, to help the needy, and to foster a sense of community and sharing. However, when mishandled, it can lead to greed, envy, and a host of other sins that can derail us from our spiritual path. Therefore, it is crucial that we approach money management not just as a practical necessity, but as a spiritual discipline. The Bible provides numerous teachings about the ethical use and management of money. For example, in the book of Proverbs, wisdom about money is linked directly to our fear of the Lord. It teaches us that the love of money leads to evil, whereas contentment leads to spiritual richness. These teachings urge us to reflect on our financial decisions and to consider their ethical and spiritual ramifications. The way we handle money can serve as a powerful testimony to our faith. By being generous and honest in our financial dealings, we can demonstrate the love and integrity that God calls for in His followers. This does not mean that we should neglect our financial responsibilities or be imprudent with our resources. Instead, we should strive to balance our personal needs with the needs of others, always seeking God's guidance in our decisions. In managing our finances, we should always remember the transient nature of earthly wealth. Jesus Himself cautioned against storing up treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but instead encouraged us to store up treasures in heaven. This perspective helps us avoid becoming overly attached to material wealth and keeps our focus on more eternal values. As we reflect on our path and our use of money, let us always keep in mind that our ultimate goal is not to accumulate wealth, but to use our resources in a way that honors God and benefits humanity. This approach to money management not only brings financial peace, but also deepens our relationship with God, as we recognize Him as the source of all our blessings and the keeper of our souls. Dealing with money from a perspective that aligns with our spiritual beliefs can lead to a fulfilling and purposeful life. It challenges us to think beyond our immediate desires and to consider how our financial choices affect our spiritual lives and the lives of those around us. By prioritizing God in our financial decisions, we can ensure that money, while necessary for our earthly journey, does not become a master but remains a servant to a higher calling. Embracing a theology of abundance rather than scarcity can profoundly shift our relationship with money. Instead of viewing money as a limited resource that must be hoarded, we can see it as a tool for achieving God's purposes. This perspective encourages us to trust in God's provision and to be bold in our generosity, knowing that He will provide for our needs as we seek to serve Him and others. This means making budgeting and financial planning a regular part of our spiritual discipline. By setting aside time to review our finances in light of biblical principles, we can make informed decisions that reflect our commitment to living a godly life. It also involves seeking counsel from trusted spiritual and financial advisors, who can offer guidance based on both practical expertise and spiritual wisdom. We should be proactive in educating ourselves and our families about money management. Teaching our children about the value of money, the importance of saving, the dangers of debt, and the joy of giving instills in them a healthy, balanced approach to finances that can guide them throughout their lives. Let us remember that our journey with money is intertwined with our spiritual journey. Each financial decision is an opportunity to reflect Christ's love and wisdom. Whether we are giving to the church, supporting a charity, investing in ethical businesses, or saving for the future, each action can be an act of worship and obedience to God. We ensure that our use of money serves a higher purpose. This alignment between our financial behavior and our spiritual beliefs not only leads to a more satisfying and ethical life, but also strengthens our witness to the world about the transformative power of living a life of faith. A God-centered approach to money encourages us to live with integrity and transparency in our financial dealings. This integrity should permeate all aspects of our financial lives, from the way we earn our money to how we report our taxes. By being honest and fair in our financial practices, we uphold the principles of justice and righteousness that are central to our faith. Our path with money is a fundamental aspect of our Christian walk. By viewing money through the lens of Scripture and applying principles of stewardship, generosity, and trust in God, we not only ensure that our financial practices honor God, but we also open ourselves to the profound and transformative impact that godly money management can have on our lives and the world. Let us, therefore, be diligent in seeking God's wisdom in all matters of money, and let our financial decisions be a reflection of our deepest values and our highest hopes. In managing money, we must remember that each financial decision carries not just economic consequences, but spiritual and ethical implications as well. The way we earn, save, spend, invest, and donate money can serve as a testament to our faith and values. By incorporating principles of righteousness and generosity into our financial practices, we can ensure that our handling of money aligns with our commitment to living a godly life. The Bible offers profound insights into how we should view and handle money. For instance, Scripture teaches us that the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. However, when used wisely and judiciously, money can be a vehicle for promoting good, supporting charitable works, and providing for those in need. It is, therefore, essential that we approach money management not just as a secular task, but as a spiritual duty. A godly approach to money emphasizes the importance of contentment. Paul the Apostle taught that contentment with godliness is great gain. By finding satisfaction in what we have, we can resist the temptations of materialism and greed, which often lead to spiritual and moral decay. This contentment allows us to use our money as a tool for good, rather than as an end in itself. We should use money to foster relationships rather than hinder them. Often, disputes over money can lead to broken relationships and community strife. However, when we handle money with integrity and generosity, we build trust and foster a spirit of unity among our peers and within our communities. Managing money God's way involves creating budgets that prioritize charitable giving and investments in spiritual growth. It includes seeking advice from financial advisors who respect our spiritual goals and can guide us in making decisions that honor God. It also means educating ourselves and our families about the ethical use of money, ensuring that future generations uphold these values. Regular prayer and reflection on our financial decisions are crucial. By seeking God's guidance in our financial affairs, we can make choices that not only benefit us economically, but also contribute to our spiritual development and strengthen our relationship with God. In all our dealings with money, let us remember that our ultimate security and worth are not found in our financial status, but in our relationship with Christ. By placing our trust in Him and prioritizing spiritual wealth over material wealth, we can live freely and generously, knowing that our true treasure is in heaven. Let us do so with diligence and devotion, always seeking God's wisdom in every decision related to money. Let our financial choices not only reflect our earthly needs, but also our heavenly aspirations, demonstrating through our stewardship that our deepest values and highest hopes are rooted in our faith. This approach to money will not only ensure financial peace, but also spiritual fulfillment, aligning our resources with God's divine plan. To truly understand the spiritual discipline of money management, we must frequently assess how attached we are to our financial wealth. Are we using money to control or to empower? Are we accumulating money for security, or are we trusting God to meet our needs as we use our money to help others? These questions help us keep our focus on God as the ultimate source of all wealth. In light of this, let us aim to use money as a tool for developing a God-centered community. Our financial contributions can support community projects, aid those in financial distress, and create systems that promote economic justice. Money, in this context, becomes a vital ingredient in the recipe for a thriving, supportive, and God-focused community. We should use money to educate others about God's principles. By funding religious education programs and spiritual seminars, we use money to spread knowledge of God's Word. Money invested in these educational ventures returns dividends in the form of spiritually enriched lives and communities aligned with divine principles. We also must not forget the power of money in personal transformation. By directing money towards spiritual retreats and biblical counseling, we provide ourselves and others with opportunities to grow closer to God. Money spent on these spiritual enrichments strengthens our faith and equips us to handle worldly challenges with godly grace. In managing our money, let us also be transparent. Transparency in financial dealings enhances trust and reflects the honesty that God demands from us. By openly discussing money matters within our family and church community, we set a standard of accountability and foster an environment where financial decisions are made with integrity and collective wisdom. Let us be creative with how we use money to serve God. This might mean supporting new forms of ministry, such as online Christian platforms or faith-based community services that address modern challenges. Money thus becomes a dynamic tool in adapting God's work to ever-changing world scenarios. To consolidate our efforts, setting long-term financial goals aligned with our spiritual values is essential. This strategic approach to money ensures that we are not only planning for our immediate needs, but are also considering our legacy, how our management of money will continue to impact God's kingdom even after we are gone. Our aim should be to achieve a balance where money serves us and not the other way around. This balanced approach means making money decisions that are spiritually informed, ethically sound, and aligned with God's eternal wisdom. It is about recognizing that while money is necessary for navigating life on earth, it is not the end goal. Our ultimate treasure is in heaven. It is essential to recognize that all the money that passes through our hands is both a blessing and a responsibility given to us. The way we choose to spend, save, and invest our money can reflect our commitment to our religious and moral principles. By allocating part of our resources to help others, we are not only fulfilling a Christian duty, but also strengthening our own spirituality. The practice of tithing, for example, is a way to honor God with our money. By setting aside a portion of our income for the church or for charitable works, we are putting our faith into practice and acknowledging that our sustenance is provided through divine grace. This action strengthens our trust in God and helps us maintain our focus on eternal values, rather than getting lost in the relentless pursuit of material gains. The conscious use of money includes responsible financial planning. This involves establishing a budget that aligns our spending with our spiritual values, ensuring that every penny is spent in a way that honors God. This might mean choosing to invest in companies that practice social justice, avoiding those that contradict our moral principles. By educating ourselves and our families on how to manage money wisely, we are empowering ourselves to make financial decisions that can broaden our positive impact on the world. This includes learning about saving, investing, and the importance of avoiding excessive debt, which can compromise our freedom and spiritual well-being. It is crucial to remember that, although money is a useful tool, it should not become an idol in our lives. True wealth comes from a deep and meaningful relationship with God and with others. Money should be seen as a means to achieve the ends that God has for us, not as an end in itself. By integrating these practices into our financial life, we not only honor God with our money, but also make money a powerful ally in our mission to live a full and spiritually rich life. Money can be a direct reflection of our inner values and beliefs. When we choose to spend our money wisely and in line with divine precepts, we are actually making a powerful statement about who we are and what we believe. Every penny we direct toward noble causes, such as helping the needy, supporting religious education, or funding charity projects, is a form of preaching without words, a demonstration of faith in action. Money can be an essential tool in strengthening our religious communities. With adequate funds, our churches, synagogues, mosques, and temples can not only maintain their operations, but also expand their community outreach programs. Money in the coffers means we can organize more community events, offer more support services, and create welcoming spaces where people can gather to grow in faith and fellowship. Investing our money in religious initiatives also offers us an opportunity to reflect on our own spirituality. Deciding how, where, and how much of our money will be dedicated to God and His works invites us to ponder our spiritual priorities and desires. This reflection can lead to significant personal growth and a deepening of our relationship with the divine. Managing money, seen through the lens of faith, can also be a practice of spiritual discipline. Just like prayer and fasting teach us to renounce earthly desires to focus on the spiritual, conscious and sacred financial management teaches us to control our consumer impulses. We learn to value more what really matters and to use our money in a way that reflects that valuation. Honoring God with our money, we also teach these values to future generations. Children and young people who observe adults using money in an ethical and spiritually conscious way learn valuable lessons about the importance of living a life that transcends materialism. They see, in practice, how money can be used not only for personal good, but also for the common good. Honoring God with our money is a practice that enriches our spiritual life, strengthens our communities, and teaches us to value what is truly important. Thus, every financial decision becomes an opportunity to deepen our faith and our commitment to a more just and compassionate world. When we choose to use our money to support religious causes, help those in need, or invest in community projects, we are showing that money can be a vector for positive change. This vision of using money in an altruistic and productive way teaches young people that the true value of money lies not in accumulation, but in the potential to make a difference in people's lives. By integrating money management into spiritual practices, parents and guardians can teach young people how to budget, save, and donate in ways that honor God. These lessons in financial management, when aligned with spiritual principles, help develop a sense of responsibility and purpose in young people. Money, therefore, is not seen merely as a resource for personal gratification, but as a means to contribute to collective well-being and cultivate spiritual virtues. By honoring God with our money, we are demonstrating active faith. We show that we trust God will provide what we need and that our money is, ultimately, a blessing to be shared. This approach teaches children to trust God with their finances and see money as a tool to fulfill His will on earth. Within religious communities, discussions about how money is used can strengthen community bonds and encourage a culture of giving and mutual support. When community members see money being used to promote faith and help one another, it reinforces the idea that money should serve purposes greater than self-interest. It is important that actions match words. Practicing generosity and prudent money management are as important as talking about these values. By living the principles we preach, we become role models for young people, showing them how money can be used wisely and divinely approved. Honoring God with our money, we not only follow a divine commandment, but also plant a seed of financial and spiritual wisdom in future generations. We teach that money, when used correctly and for noble purposes, transcends its material value and transforms into a tool for spiritual growth and community service. This legacy of financial responsibility and active faith is undoubtedly one of the greatest gifts we can offer our children and the generations to come. By demonstrating how money can be employed for the greater good, we are not only following divine teachings, but also establishing a standard of behavior that can endure for many generations. When we choose to use our money to support religious causes, help those in need, or invest in community projects, we are showing that money can be a vector for positive change. This vision of using money in an altruistic and productive way teaches young people that the true value of money lies not in accumulation, but in the potential to make a difference in people's lives. By integrating money management into spiritual practices, parents and guardians can teach young people how to budget, save, and donate in ways that honor God. These lessons in financial management, when aligned with spiritual principles, help develop a sense of responsibility and purpose in young people. Money, therefore, is not seen merely as a resource for personal gratification, but as a means to contribute to collective well-being and cultivate spiritual virtues. Moreover, by honoring God with our money, we are demonstrating active faith. We show that we trust God will provide what we need and that our money is, ultimately, a blessing to be shared. This approach teaches children to trust God with their finances and see money as a tool to fulfill His will on earth. Within religious communities, discussions about how money is used can strengthen community bonds and encourage a culture of giving and mutual support. When community members see money being used to promote faith and help one another, it reinforces the idea that money should serve purposes greater than self-interest. For these teachings to be effective, it is important that actions match words. Practicing generosity and prudent money management are as important as talking about these values. By living the principles we preach, we become role models for young people, showing them how money can be used wisely and divinely approved. We teach that money, when used correctly and for noble purposes, transcends its material value and transforms into a tool for spiritual growth and community service. This legacy of financial responsibility and active faith is undoubtedly one of the greatest gifts we can offer our children and the generations to come. Continuing from where we left off, let's delve deeper into how honoring God with our money can create a ripple effect, influencing not just our immediate family, but the broader community and beyond. When we honor God with our money, we create a ripple effect that extends far beyond our immediate family. This ripple effect begins within our homes, where children observe and learn from their parents' financial behaviors. When they see money being used to support charitable causes, fund community projects, and assist those in need, they internalize these values. They grow up understanding that money is a tool for good, a resource that can make a significant positive impact in the world. By focusing on using money to honor God, individuals and communities also send a powerful message to society at large. In a world often driven by materialism and self-interest, this approach stands as a testament to the enduring power of faith and altruism. Honoring God with our money can inspire partnerships and collaborations with other like-minded individuals and organizations. When people and groups see the positive outcomes of using money for good, they are more likely to join forces, amplifying their collective impact. These collaborations can lead to innovative solutions to social challenges, leveraging diverse resources and expertise to achieve common goals. This profound impact underscores the importance of viewing money not just as a means to an end, but as a powerful tool for fulfilling God's will and making a positive difference in the world. Money should not be seen merely as an object of accumulation, but as an enabler of positive change. By leveraging money to support charitable works and initiatives, we can extend God's grace to the less fortunate. Money can fund missions, build shelters, and support medical care, touching countless lives in the process. The potential of money to affect change is immense, and it should inspire us to steward it responsibly and generously. Money can serve as a testament to our faith when we use it to serve others. It demonstrates our commitment to God's commandments and our dedication to the principles of love and generosity. When we invest money in God's work, we contribute to a legacy of hope and transformation that echoes through generations. Money becomes more than just currency. It becomes a vessel for divine purpose. Money also has the power to unite communities. By pooling resources and working together, we can achieve greater things than we ever could alone. Money can bridge gaps and build bridges, fostering a spirit of unity and cooperation. It can support community projects, improve local infrastructure, and create opportunities for economic growth. The collaborative use of money can lead to sustainable development and shared prosperity. Money can play a crucial role in advancing education and knowledge. By funding scholarships, schools, and educational programs, Money opens doors to a brighter future for many. Education, enabled by money, empowers individuals to achieve their full potential and contribute meaningfully to society. It breaks the cycle of poverty and builds a foundation for long-term success. Money's role in healthcare is equally significant. It can provide essential services and support medical research, leading to better health outcomes for all. Money ensures that hospitals are equipped, medicines are available, and healthcare professionals are trained. The gift of health, facilitated by money, is one of the most profound ways to express God's love for humanity. Money, when viewed through the lens of faith and purpose, is far more than a material possession. It is a powerful agent of God's will, capable of creating lasting and positive change in the world. By using money wisely and generously, we fulfill our spiritual responsibilities and manifest God's grace in tangible ways. Money, entrusted to us, should be used to uplift, heal, and inspire, reflecting the divine mission to love and serve one another.